Welcome to the Hyperbeat Podcast. Each episode, we chat with fitness professionals to get the story behind the business they created.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Hyperbeat Podcast, our first podcast for 2019. I'm your host, Nick Tate. Thanks again for taking the time to have a listen to us. We've been really humbled by all the positive feedback we've received from listeners. So thanks very much for all those who've been in touch. In 2019, we will continue to highlight stories from small business owners that we work with within the world of fitness. But we'll also be doing a few more podcasts around the mechanics of how we built and run Hyperbeat. We continue to get feedback from listeners on the podcast we did where we detailed some of the Hyperbeat inner workings. So there will be a few more episodes where we deep dive into some specific areas of our business. All right, well, let's get into episode 5, where we speak with VVU, owner and operator of AVYD Elite Health Coaching. AVYD is an elite health coaching service that helps career-driven professionals gain better health through empowerment, exercise, and mindset strategies. Their health services range from face-to-face movement classes and health coaching and personal programs for businesses and individuals. I started off by asking V how she got into the world of fitness.
Health and fitness has always been a part of my life. I've always been really sporty. I used to swim competitively, and when I kind of got to a stage in my life when I had to decide what I wanted to study, sport was just the obvious decision for me. And I did uni, and I got qualified and finished an honours degree in that, and I wanted to be able to work with the elite. So work with people from high elite performing groups like sport to be able to get them to perform better. But I guess with time, when I actually spent time doing that, I didn't realise it was not my thing. And then I changed to people with disabilities and people with chronic illnesses, which is where I found my passion, which is where it really sat with me. So that's kind of how I got into it. And I started working with, the YMCA, and then from there I managed to, start my own business around health, around fitness, where I could really pursue my passion and help more people out and impact more people.
What was the decision behind wanting to go out on your own and start your own business?
Well, to impact more people really, and really get my message across. So I guess for me, I found that there was a bit of a gap in the health and fitness industry, because I would be, when I was working for somebody else, I was always prescribing people exercises or giving people advice. But I found that the follow-through was not so great. Their coherence between people were not so great. And I found that, why is this the case? So then I started looking into psychology, looking into how people actually think, how people actually make decisions and live their lives. And I found that a huge area that people couldn't implement because they didn't have the right strategies to implement to have sustainable long-term results.
Okay, so that's when you decided that AVYD was the pathway to create that?
Yeah. So I guess I decided to step off on my own and help people out in that sense, to kind of fill that gap between what people actually know and doing the actual action itself. Okay. So exercise or eating right. So that's the gap.
Well, talk us through how AVYD actually came about. So you decided that you wanted to go out on your own. Mm-hmm. How did you set about starting that up?
The first thing was just to commit and decide. Mm-hmm. Yep. And once I've decided that, all I did was, I just had to look at the basic logistics of starting a business, and I just started pushing my message across through social media. And then I started subcontracting from a gym. Okay. And that's when I just really did it. Obviously the logistics side was just a simple part, but I just managed to just push my message across social media, started building trying to find clients. Did you have a client base when you decided to take the leap, or did you have to go out and find that after you decided to start? I had to actually go find it, because the clientele I was working with at the previous gym were older adults and disabilities. And my clientele that I'm targeting now are women and just middle-aged women and just general middle-aged population. So I did have to go off on my own and find my own space. So I did, start from scratch.
Okay, well, so let's drill down a little bit on that. So what was the first place you looked at? Did you start with social media, or did you have a few people that you knew that you called up and said, hey, this is what I'm doing now?
A bit of both.
Yep.
So social media, obviously pushing through the network, a Facebook group, and then I did contact who I knew. So some friends, family, started talking about what I'm doing. I started joining networking groups as well.
Okay.
And that's when I kind of started to expand my own network, push some classes out, telling people what I'm doing. And then from there, to set a date as to when I'm going to start the classes, and just pushed and pushed and pushed.
So how long did you go into it full time, or did you have a side job or something to help you support yourself?
It was a side job at first. So it was just something off the side, and had a full-time job. So I was working full-time.
Yep. So you're doing this after hours and on weekends and that kind of stuff?
After hours, weekends, early mornings, everything, yes.
Mm-hmm.
as much as I could during that time. So I got to a point where it's like, you know what? I need to focus on what I want in my life. And then I just took the leap of faith. I didn't really have a full, steady base, but I just knew I had to commit to be able to allow my business to grow.
How did you feel taking that leap of faith?
It took me a little while to actually make the decision.
Mm-hmm.
How did I feel? As soon as I made the decision, it was relief. I knew I had to do it. It was the best. It was empowering.
Yeah.
It was a very empowering feeling, knowing that you're kind of doing what you want out of life.
It's also not for the faint-hearted as well. There's no safety net anymore once you decide to take that leap. So
that's right.
Yeah. So it's obviously working out for you though. So congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. I was kind of in two minds of it. It wasn't an easy decision, but it was a decision I knew I needed to make.
Yeah.
And I guess for me, I just had to make sure that I was in the right mind space. I had the right support, and I provided myself the right environment to be able to take the leap forward without just going willy-nilly into it. So, and as soon as I did it, things just fell into my pockets. Like it just happened.
It's funny how that happens. Once you do decide to go full into your own business, things do start to work.
Yeah. And I guess it's kind of like that, the energy, like if you put something out there, if you tell someone you're doing something, people always come and help. Like I think at the start, I was really fearful of telling people that I wanted to start my own business. And as soon as I did start telling people, I had people come up to me and say, hey, if you want any support, please let me know what I can do. I believe that you can do this. And they just started giving me all this help. And it only started when I actually voiced out what I really wanted from my business and what I was actually doing. So it's just a matter of just taking that leap and sharing what I wanted from my business, really.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, well, let's delve deeply into AVYD itself. Do you want to run through exactly what it does and how you're helping people through elite coaching?
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, I help women in particular, I guess, lose weight, get healthy, and be the best version of themselves. So how I do that is through 3 different channels. So I have classes, so Pilates classes. I have personal training, so subcontract from the gym, and also health coaching, which is more my focus, online, over the phone, and it's a matter of coaching people through getting better health, showing them what nutrition's all about, and more so the mindset side of things as well.
Okay, so you run, is it a 12-week or a 12-month course?
Yeah, so I run my main program is 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
And it's called, so it's called the Elite Shift program. And throughout that time, they get lots of support, lots of advice, and also the main thing, like I said, coaching, because I'm trained in psychology, so cognitive behavioral therapy and NLP. So I help people kind of uncover their blockages.
So what would a snapshot of that look like?
A lot of people in the health and fitness industry have probably heard, oh, I know what to do. I want to go to the gym, but I'm just not motivated to do so, right? So part of my coaching is, understanding what that blockage is. So what we would do in that situation is, talk about what they want and then talk about some of the things that could be stopping them. So maybe in the past they've had bad experiences, maybe what they're telling themselves, so their self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
If they actually see themselves as being fit and healthy. So sometimes people want something but they don't actually see themselves achieving that. So there can be a bit of a fear that comes to being fit. Because being fit, you get to be seen,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of psychological, fears and emotions that actually, come with being healthier or changing who you are, essentially.
Are you running Facebook ads, or how are you actually doing your advertising?
Facebook ads,
Yep. So paid advertising?
paid advertising.
Yep. So how are you finding that is working for you?
Paid advertising is great. So I would definitely highly recommend doing Facebook paid advertising, just because it's very targeted and you can really, be very specific in who you want to target and what your message is to that specific clientele.
Okay, so are you advertising mainly to the people in Canberra, or are you going Australia-wide?
I'm going Australia-wide.
Yep. And are you finding that's getting good results?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's good. It's just about managing the content that you put out and also making sure that you have good marketing strategies to be able to target that right audience.
So what kind of content are you producing?
So like videos, so content videos.
Mm-hmm.
So mainly for me, it's about mindset and strategy and empowering. So I would, for example, film a Facebook Live on, let's just say, 3 ways of how to get motivated to get healthier, or
great.
something like that.
Yep.
And then I would film that, and then from there I would just obviously have it on my Facebook page, and then I would boost it.
Okay.
I would boost it to my content to see if anyone's interested in watching that video.
Mm-hmm. And do you find you're getting pretty good traction with that?
Yeah. Obviously, it's hit and miss with the content.
Yep.
So it's about finding what
Yeah, you've
really
got to test
resonates with
what
my
works.
audience.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
But I've found Facebook to be very, very effective for building my business.
Okay, so are you running that in conjunction with any other platforms like Instagram, or I don't know, are you doing anything on LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, a little bit of LinkedIn.
Yep.
Not a lot, but I would like to. I need to push more of LinkedIn, Instagram, but I just haven't yet. But they're my Facebook is my main channel.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is linked to Facebook, so a little bit, and just post on LinkedIn.
Okay. So when you shoot your videos, are they just you into the iPhone camera, or how are you actually going about doing that?
Yeah, it's just me into the iPhone camera.
Yep.
I think, I just think it's nice and simple. We have everything in one device, really.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty handy, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very, very.
So are you doing any kind of traditional advertising as well? Like, are you doing any promotional flyers or anything like that around Canberra?
Yes, I have a couple of flyers every now and then.
Okay.
Like in obviously areas around where I do my work.
Yep.
But I find that it's not as targeted.
Yeah, it's really kind of a scattergun approach.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's like, you're just shooting it, and everyone. If you're just shooting it at everyone, not everyone kind of gets the message, so no one really understands where you're at. So there is a little bit of that. Obviously, in the gyms that I subcontract from, I've got my logo, and I've got my profile and everything on there, so that also helps me generate, clients as well, which really helps actually.
Okay. Well, V, why don't you tell us about future plans for AVYD? What have you got in store?
Yeah, so future plans. So obviously growing my online program. So I really want to push out the online content and also provide that coaching. So the online is my big future plans. And eventually I would love to have, personal trainers or other trainers also deliver my programs as well. That way I can get a bigger reach through to my audience. So that's my big future plans, and doing presentations, workshops around Canberra, and so really build from there.
What kind of percentage do you think you're actually doing the Pilates versus the online coaching?
10% of my Pilates is 10% of what I do. My business is Pilates, and the online coaching is probably more so 50%.
Okay, and the rest
is personal training.
Okay. All right. So if people want to get in touch with you and follow your journey, how can they do that?
Awesome. So I guess the best way is to probably go on Facebook or through our website.
Yep.
So website is just www.AVYD, so avid.com.au. And through Facebook, I have a private Facebook group. So this is where I share free tips and tricks on nutrition, exercise and mindset, and it's called Elite Bodies and Minds. So if you just find that on Facebook, you'll be able to request access, and from there you'll be able to, get free tips and join our community online.
So what could someone expect if they join that community?
So I have Think Tank Thursday, so it's like a little mini podcast, I suppose.
Oh, cool.
So Think Tank Thursday. So I ask a question about health, and then from there I just discuss that topic. So today I'll be discussing, I guess, what are some of the challenges that people are facing. For example, food portion sizes, and I guess I'll give them strategies to kind of work their way around it to overcome that challenge.
Is that
That's what they'll be expecting.
Is that quite a vibrant community within that page?
Yeah, it's pretty vibrant. Yeah, it's pretty good. Everyone's quite interactive, and people are in there supporting each other.
Yeah, fantastic. It's a great way to get people chatting and involved.
Yeah, very much so. I think the power of community is really powerful. Yeah, really powerful to get people to I guess, be the best version of themselves, and also have that support system while they're also achieving better health.
Yeah, fantastic. And do you put anything on YouTube as well? Do you post your videos to YouTube?
No, I currently don't have a YouTube channel. I would love a YouTube channel, but
maybe that's next.
at the moment it's just comes back down to time.
Yeah, that's it.
and how much I can have on my plate.
Yeah, very true. All right, well, V, thank you very much for taking the time to be involved in the Hyperbeat podcast. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. You guys are doing an amazing job.
No problem.
It's great what you do.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so everyone can get involved and follow you across your social media channels like we just had a chat about. So thanks again, and good luck with everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
If you'd like to be involved in an episode of the Hyperbeat podcast, send an email to info@hyperbeat.com.au or contact us through our social media channels.